This is for you. I say hello to you, coming to you here from the Lab 1 excursion. The origin story of where we started this channel. Yes, I have been MIA for a while now. My God, I apologize. But hey, you gotta slowly begin to put yourself back together to try to do what we need to do for the Potsquatch Growers Army. So, my friends, welcome to a live stream. I'm going to take a sip of this in your honor, and then we're going to get back. We're going to say hi to everybody, and we're going to say hi to everyone, and as we normally would do back in the hood days of the show. Give me a second here. All right. I hope you're feeling funky, feeling sexy, and ready for a good show, my friends. I am. So, there we go. All right. So, we're going to stroll back up here, and we're going to say hi to everybody who's been talking here. All right, what's happening, Chris B? Good to see you. What's up, Tommy D? What's up, Kenneth R. Knox? What's up, the School of Crop? What's happening, Sweet Potato Titties? I like it. What's happening, Darth Cannabis? All right, what's up, Cold Viridian? What's up, Flyby? What's up, Bud Squisher? What's up, Van Island Beauty? What's happening? Oh, Gonjanati, oh, mama, there you are. Good to see you, baby. All right. Have we missed anyone? Have we missed anyone? All right. I don't think so. What's up, Grown Up Grows? Good to see you. What's happening, Wonky Donkey? What's up, Darkness Genetics? What's happening, Cold Viridian? All right, everybody, welcome to Potsquatch Growers. As you can tell, there's been no update on those plants. I killed them purposely. I just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I wasn't feeling it. I have been struggling to find my way back to feeling like me, if that makes sense. And I'm actually starting to kind of get there now. So one of the things that we're going to be talking about today is kind of the next plans that we're going to do. I'm going to take a quick moment here. We're going to do a big shout out to Felicia Casper, Skimpy Limpy. Check out her YouTube. And to, I don't want to get their name wrong, so I'm going to read it off the pack of their genetics here. Milo's Genetics, I think that's what they're called. Is that what they're called? Milo's Genetics. I got a sticker somewhere. Anyway, long story short, the reason why we're doing a shout out to them is both Felicia is sponsored by them, and then they reached out and sent me a gift package, which was very kind of them. They sent me their entire catalog of genetics. Pretty much everything on their catalog is crossed by the father of Miracle Alien Cookies by a couple of interesting things. And they sent me a couple of other extra goodies there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to share some of the, actual genetics that we have. What's up, Jay Torregiani? What's up, Marky? Good to see you, buddy. What's up, O'Shea? Eric Grant's Artistry. Good to see you, baby. All right. What's up, Reverend Barry Towels? What's up, Corey DJ? Eugene Dolan. Good to see you. Here, I'm going to see if I can, switch this. Looking down is kind of irritating me there. That's a better eye line. All right. So let's go through some of the genetics we could possibly do. So one of the things that was an extra thing that they sent us is, funnily enough, from Copycat Genetics, and I've definitely run my mouth at those silly bastards, but it is what it is. So we've got a lucky Luciano S1 here. Probably won't run that, let's be honest. Or at least not for the first thing. One thing I'm actually thinking about, and this is coming to us as one of the extras that they sent as well from Tino's Genetics, and that is the Mendo cherries. I'm strongly contemplating starting a couple of Mendo cherries. So Mendo cherries, I'm thinking, is one of the ones we're probably going to do. We've got it's a Gifted Runts cut crossed by Miracle Alien Cookies. All right, so this is a regular, they say it's an indica dominant. I would say, yeah, I guess percentage-wise, it probably is an indica dominant. There still is a fair amount of sat in there as well. So that'll be fun. I'm thinking no, though. I don't think this is the mood I'm in right now for the next run. Let's see what else we got here. We've got a cheese cut by the Miracle Alien Cookies. That could be, in fact, interesting, because as everybody knows, I'm a big fan of cheeses. Always have been. The first time I met cheese, I would have been probably about 15 or 16 years old. And the first time I got a bag of cheese, man, I smelled it. I like, damn, that's some stinky marijuana. So that's a definite maybe. So let's put this in the maybe pile there. Let's see what else we got here to play with. I mean, we've got some autoflowers. We could totally have fun with it, and it's Northern Mango, which I'm going to guess. This is coming to us from Teddy's Genetics, one of the bonuses Milo's Genetics threw in there. and it's a full auto. I've never run autos on the channel. As most people know, I'm not a big fan of genetic or autoflowering genetics. It's not really my cup of tea. But at the same time, though, it could be fun. I mean, a number of you have been bugging me for years to run some autoflowering genetics on the channel. So this is, my guess would be sort of some form of a mango crossed by Northern Lights. Obviously, more than likely, owing its autoflower genetic origin stories to lowrider number 1 or 2 from the Joint Doctor back in the hood days, being the first commercialized ever sold genetic for autoflowering. Big shout out to the Joint Doctor. I don't even know if he's still with us. He may or may not be. But so that, I don't know, we could do an auto run for fun, but maybe we'll save these for another day. I'm thinking we should go, I'm kind of excited about these Mendo cherries. So these Mendo cherries we should definitely play with, but let's keep going here and see what else we have here. We already said this one. There we go. Here's another one here. What's this one? This one is Hellraiser OG by Miracle Alien Cookies. So that could be fun. Did you get rid of the bugs? There was no bugs on those clones, by the way. Nothing ever came about it. But at the end of the day, I just, I got rid of them. I wasn't mentally, emotionally, and spiritually at a place to grow at the time. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just not ready, baby. I'm just not ready. You know what I'm saying? But this one could be a maybe. So we'll put this one in the maybe pile as well. Now, what else do we got here? Let's see here. We've got a 8-ball Kush by Miracle Alien Cookies. Let's be fair. Now you're speaking my language. I've had some great 8-ball Kushes over the years. I really, really, really like 8-ball Kush. I've seen some beautiful phenotypes out of it over the years that I've played with it. What's up, Miss Case? God, I'm good to see you, baby. So this is definitely going in the maybe pile, maybe like slightly higher on the maybe pile. Well, you got to remember, Tom Dobbs, we can only work with the seeds we have. We've been currently cut off from everything we own. All I currently possess in terms of equipment is one little Mark 1 V2 little Squatch light and a 2x4, and that's it. I don't even have fans right now. And then this one is a UK cheese. All right, so UK cheese, to my understanding of it in terms of memory anyway, is a blending of a few different cheeses coming together into this sort of very ethereal, it's got a spicier, earthier note, but then still like very, very pungent, deep notes. No, School of Crop, listen to the words. I killed them. I got rid of them. Got rid of them, buddy. Didn't want to do it. Wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to have the plants going. So we're starting from seed. We're going old school. We're going back from the original things. I emotionally and spiritually just was not in a place to grow plants yet. But this could be fun too. But let's be fair. Uncle Potsquatch loves something cushy. And simply put, Tom Dobbs cheese used to be like skunk number 1. Well, actually, skunk number 1 was one of the things that went into making the original cheese. So cheese is actually a part of the lineage to that. So no canola tech. No, the canola tech does work, by the way. That wasn't what was the issue. I just wasn't ready to grow. I'll admit I was struggling with not feeling great about stuff. Sweet Potato says, what's canola tech? I was doing a dipping technique on the plants where I was dipping it through on a layer of water. I put canola oil as functions as a suffocant. It also works as a barrier towards fungal realities and pathogenic stuff kind of coming in and fucking your plant. Canola oil is one of the best natural insecticides out there. If those of you who remember Jake's All-in-One, I'm not going to tell you everything that's in it, but canola oil was one of the big components of Jake's All-in-One. It is a big part of what functioned as an insecticide. Canola oil, in terms of its natural insecticide abilities, functions as a suffocant. What does that mean? Well, it basically coats all of the exterior parts of the soft tissues of the bugs, and then it basically kind of suffocates it, essentially, to put it very, very simply. Could you use olive oil? I mean, you can, but that would be very expensive. So most oils will function in some form or fashion as an insecticide. Canola oil, both in terms of affordability, producibility, and availability, is usually going to be your best bet, though. And for example, it's what's used as one of the main insecticidal ingredients of Jake's All-in-One, too. And it also functions as both an insecticide, but it's also a barrier, a protective barrier. It's got to keep that stuff, and it'll be all right. put the oil on the leaves and he won't get the hose again. What? That doesn't even make sense. What are you trying to think, my friend? All right, but anyway, we don't need to keep worrying about the plants that I got rid of. What we're really talking about right now is that we're simply put, we're going to start from seed again. I'm thinking, let's you know what? The vote's in my brain. We're going to do a couple of Mendo cherries, okay? A couple of Mendo cherries, and we're going to do, no, not that one. And we're going to do, no, not that one. We're going to do the 8-Ball Kush by Miracle Alien Cookies. Okay, everybody? So those are the two strains. We're going to start. Again, we've only got a 2x4. These are regular beans, so we will more than likely get, you know, a male somewhere in there. Realistically, my happy place, the maximum I'm typically going to want to do in a 2x4 tent, okay? So we got 2 feet by 4 feet, and I think it's about a 5-foot high tent. So that's our size parameters on this little tent here, okay? What I'm thinking is that what I will do is maybe pop 3 beans of each, which means if they all germ, let's say, we will have 6 total plants. We will then, even, let's say they hypothetically all go female. Well, then we're just going to pick the best ones we want and then either utilize those, and then we'll maybe gift some of the other ones to someone locally if they want them, or we'll just, you know, euthanize them. 6 in a 2x4. No, remember School of Crop. I'm explaining it, okay? You gotta listen. Gotta listen to School of Crop. We are starting with 6, but we're going to work down to maximum 3 in that tent. And Sweet Potato Titty says, I thought Potsquatch had a beard. I did. I had the woman, the love of my life, betray me and leave me. So I shaved it off because I got to find another new Mrs. Potsquatch. And now I won't feel attractive. And let's be fair, as an actor, being kind of more of a stubble beard look it works a lot better for what I need to do. Plus the ladies, most of the ladies prefer this. So yes, I shaved off the beard. I'm just keeping the stubble beard action right now. And, you know, but simply put, though, that's why there's been a look change, everybody. It's 1, so I can feel sexy. 2, so I can feel good about myself. And 3, you know, making a go about it in the big city there. You know, you got to be pretty to survive in the big city here in Vancouver. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and at the end of the day, you know, it's funny. When I shaved off the beard, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the men were like, no, where'd the beard go, man? And then all the ladies were like, that's what you were hiding under there? Like, never again. Don't do it. But anyway, let's get back to pot. So basically, what we're going to do is, I'm thinking we're going to run some Mendo cherries. So we'll pop 3 Mendo cherries, and we're going to pop 3 of the 8-Ball Kush by Miracle Alien Cookies. I think that'll all be really fun. And the Miracle Alien Cookies, funnily enough, is a strain from Dirty Dave. I know Dirty Dave personally. I've met him a number of times. I met him at a number of Cannabis Cups, as well as I wasn't on the show at the same time. We were on the same episode down with Neil Magnuson at Pot TV. But, you know, I had the pleasure of hanging up with Dirty Dave, getting to chat with him about his breeding and what he's done. At the time, Dirty Dave had never won a cup. Recently, Dirty Dave won a Cannabis Cup. I'm very happy for him. So big shout out to Dirty Dave and Dirty Dave's Genetics. Good job, buddy. Proud of you. Keep on fighting the good fight there, bud. So, simply put, though, yeah, that's going to be a good time. All right. Oh, shit, is Mac. Hey, Morgotha, good to see you. I know. Morgotha, you're probably one of the only women who preferred me with the beard, funnily enough. Look, I mean, there's a few of them out there. But let's be fair, like 85 to 95% of the ladies preferred me without the beard. So, you know, I'm single again, so I gotta, you know, kind of move forward. 1 second here. Okay, O'Shea, I hope you have a wonderful day of work. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Rock and roll. I love you too. I believe in you as well. What's up, Return to the Mac? Good to see you, buddy. Yes, that's right. Return to the Mac, Return to the Squatch, all at the same time. There we go. Good to see you, buddy. And hey, Tom Dobbs, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. 1 second here. No, let's take a look here, see if we've missed any messages from anybody. Hey, thank you very much, Jansen Dennis. Hey, Jansen Dennis, I just want to say, I believe it was your company. Is it your company that I'm seeing online? I could be confusing you with another Jansen. I don't think I am, though. But anyway, if it is you, I'm proud of all the work, hard work you guys are doing in your local community down in the States. Did I ever meet the Italian who died from strain hunters? No, Tom. I never had the pleasure. I know who you mean. I can't remember his name, but I know who you mean. No, I did not. Sweet potato titties. You looking for a date? I wouldn't say I'm necessarily per se looking, but I'm open to meeting ladies. I have met many ladies recently, but we will see what happens. I'm not rushing into anything after everything that's happened, though. So, yeah, Franco. No, I never knew Franco personally. No. Corey DJ, are you doing the Halloween party again this year? I mean, I guess I'll try to do some form or fashion of it. I mean, one of the things that I'm kind of, figuring out with the show and everything, what we're going to be doing going forward is like, I'm missing a big part of it, which was Mrs. Potsquatch. Do you still sell lights? Yes, the School of Crop, our lights are still available. If for those of you who have noticed, Potsquatch sales right now is currently frozen. However, the store will reopen. The only reason why I've turned the store off for the moment is because I'm in a legal fight with the ex-Mrs. Potsquatch over her stuff. All of our lights, all of our grow equipment, all of our genetics, everything I own currently right now is still locked away in that house. But we don't need to get all into that depressing shit. So the store will reopen soon. Homegrown cannabis. Are you still going to the gym, Potsquatch? Well, I was never going to the gym. I was training every morning with Greg. I haven't trained in a while, but I am basically right now about to start training again. So I will work very hard to get myself back in shape. I've got a photo shoot coming up November 7th for my new headshot, so I got to kind of do that. I've been my first step is I've cut down my drinking and I've been eating healthier and shit and going from there. Sweet potato titties says, you see my taters, they love a good milking. I'm open to anything. All right, sweet potato titties, I like it. Van Island Beauty says, sorry for all the Facebook Messenger messages, just enjoying chatting with you and wish you all the best. Hey, back at you, Van Island Beauty. It's nothing personal when I don't get back to people. I have not been myself as of late. I'm just slowly but surely returning to myself. Am I friends with Urban Remo? Not personally, no. We've met before. I would be down to do a co-show with Urban Remo. We live in very similar places. He lives in Chilliwack. I used to live in Hope. I'm back in Van City, which is where I started my origin story. What's up, Rick R? Good to see you, buddy. Cheers. Do I dry for 14 days? Greens Gatlin, typically I'm shooting for a 10 to 14 day drying window. Usually, like if I can hit 14 days and hit that perfect dry, I'm a very happy camper. In terms of temperatures, I like to dry in cool temperatures. So I'm going to be rocking in Celsius. I'm going to be rocking like anywhere from 3 to 7 degrees Celsius in my drying room. My happy relative humidity is usually going to be about 55 up to about 60. Homegrown cannabis, thumbs up to you, my friend. Good to see you. All right. I agree, Mudswat. I love talking about it too. Mo M. Anik Meds. What's up, baby? Good to see you. WB Growers. Good to see you, baby. What's happening? Jansen Dennis needs some of your bird seed. Yes. And also, too, someone asked, I didn't answer it. How do you get genetics from me? Well, we should have had our genetics already launched. A little Missy decided to try to destroy my life. So we had to put off the launch of our genetics. Actually, and I will share, you know what, let me play catch up here. And we're going to talk about something very serious that has been going on, but it's something that, okay, good, we're caught up. So everyone knows Gazzers, right? Everyone remembers Gazzers. He was basically the main, other than Mikey, he was the main contributor to the genetics that we were supposed to be doing for that big giant giveaway that we never got a hold of because Mrs. Potsquatch destroyed my life, and or the ex-Mrs. Potsquatch, and then, so basically, I am rebuilding now, so I'm hoping those genetics that Gazzers sent us still exist, and they're just sitting there waiting for me to eventually get them whenever the hell she and I can come to terms in peace of where I can come and get my shit. But Gazzers, we're going to share a story. Gazzers got pinched, okay? So Gazzers and Mel, Mel and him were, they were functioning as I'll call it, as green fairies in New Zealand. Gazzers and Mel were playing with doing breeding and all of that, so they weren't doing anything to harm anyone, but someone ratted them out. They got raided. They literally lost $100,000 worth of grow equipment and their entire genetic stores, and Gazzers' work for the last 2 or 3 years have been seized. So at the end of the day, they are fighting the good fight, and I believe it was yesterday, because it was Wednesday, but in New Zealand, Wednesday is Tuesday here where I live. They were doing a big news, so they're not taking it lying down. They're fighting the system, they're fighting the man. They're going to jury by trial. Fuck yeah. power to them. No. They're fighting. They're standing up and fighting, dude. And so they're going to jury by trial. They're going to tell their story, and at the end of the day, they're doing a big news article story on the news over in New Zealand. I'm waiting for, simply put, I'm waiting for Gazzers to do it, for it to air, and then I'm going to try to get the footage of that, and we're gonna feature it on the channel. We're going to talk about it because this is a really big deal. So you know what? Gazzers and Mel were pretty upset at first. But then what did they do? They decided to not take it lying down, and they're standing up for the plant people of New Zealand. They're fighting for legalization. They're fighting for the fact that it's a medicine. It's a fucking plant. It is something that can do a lot of help for a lot of different and sick people. And so rather than hiding away, rather than falling apart, they're standing up and they're fighting the good fight for our people and our kind. And you know what's funny? I was talking to Gazzers the other day, and he goes, guess what shirts we're going to wear on the news? And I was like, oh, fuck off. Don't tell me. He goes, that's right. We're going to wear Potsquatch Growers Army t-shirts on the news. And I was like, hell yeah. So you know what? They're repping our people. They're fighting for our people. They're fighting for the weed titty people of New Zealand. Because let's be fair, New Zealand right now is realistically at least 6 to 10, 15, 20, even arguably years behind Canada in terms of that. Like Canada, we've had legal medical cannabis production for well over 20 years. What does that mean? In Canada, people have been allowed, to grow their own medical cannabis with a license. How do you get this license? Well, you get that license by talking to a doctor, and a doctor signs off for you, and then you send it to the government, and then the government goes, okay, and then they send you a wonderful license for however many grams a day is your prescription. How it works in Canada is 5 plants per gram. So let's say you had a, hey, nice potatoes, sweet potato titties, let's say you had a license for 2 grams. You'd be allowed to grow 10 plants. Let's say you had a license for 5 grams a day. That's going to be basically 25 plants. Let's say your license was, or your prescription was for 10 grams a day. You're going to be allowed 49 plants. So that's basically how it works. But so in New Zealand right now, I think what you're allowed is you're allowed to have a medical card which will allow you to buy medical cannabis direct from the government. Funnily enough, the medical weed there is the legal weed from the Canadian government, so it's complete crap. It ain't medical. It's filled with chemicals and bullshit. Gazzers and Mel bought an ounce from the medical system in New Zealand, which is all from Canada, and my God, it looked terrible, and they said it tasted like chemicals, but hey, it's a step in the right direction. So you know what? New Zealand, my fellow Kiwis, my Squatches in New Zealand, we got 2 of our own fighting for you, fighting for all of us in New Zealand and for the freedom of people and their right to grow and have good quality of medicine over in New Zealand. So hey, big shout out and heart goes out to Mel and Gazzers standing up for our people over there. All right, 1 second, everybody. I need to have a little sip of my beery poo here. All right, Yeti, sounds good, buddy. Hopefully you have some good hunting going on. Here, I'm gonna pull the phone a little closer. I apologize that I'm free-handing it like we used to do in the old shows. It's just I don't have my tripod right now. I literally came to town with the shirt on my back. I didn't even have my glasses. These are new glasses. But yeah. All right, so. Oh, exactly, Reverend Veritas. Johnny Law is a misguided, silly individual. Obviously, is not a real person, everybody. We're referencing just sort of the legal powers that be. But it sucks. But it is possible to start all over again, whether it's you've had the love of your life betray you and destroy or attempt to destroy your life, but I'm still here. Haha. Or, the government comes in and tries to take all that you have. But that's okay, too. 1 second here, everybody. I'm just reading. Yeah, and so Morgotha, the seeds that were coming in from Gaz and Mel for the giveaway showed up 2 days after I was forcibly removed from my home after my ex lied. So I'm hoping she was kind. I'm not holding my breath, but and picked it up and has at least just sort of held on to that package for me because it's basically the only current existing bit of Gazzer's work right now that realistically still exists. So I would hope that is true. I mean, Dankness Genetics, legalization doesn't mean it destroys the industry. It has been very taxing on most industries when it comes to a federal level legalization. That's not legalization itself's fault. So I want to clarify that. Don't blame legalization for that. It's improper legalization and execution, right? So in the GM, we need medical here in Georgia. I have a medical card in Michigan for almost 10 years. Hell yeah. You know what? I mean, I am the GM. I'll tell you, Georgia, to my understanding, is just, they're just a little bit behind in terms of sort of some of these political ideas. More and more states are following suit with this sort of moving state level trend of legalization. Hell, even Texas is moving forward. CBDs and Delta 8 at least is legal in Texas. There's a lot of really wonderful people fighting the good fight down there. A very close friend of mine, like my older brother, Russell Langhammer, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys and was a professional bodybuilder as well, is a big proponent person, both fighting for legal weed, medical rights down in Texas, as well as microdosing and psychoglobin for use for mental health issues. Hell yeah, return to the Mac. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad to be back, and I'm feeling all right. Mudswat, do any strains work on headaches? I mean, yes. I mean, cannabis in general, regardless of strain, will help when it comes to different headaches or migraine pains. I myself am a neuropathic pain patient. They don't really know what causes it. I've had this disorder for like 15 years. It's not a migraine, but it's basically like a continuous migraine. But everyone's a little bit different. So for everybody, there's going to be a different strain to help with that. I'm the GM says, I smashed my skull into 19 pieces and I use it for chronic headaches. Damn. GM1, I'm glad you're still here with us, man. That sounds like some severe head trauma, my friend. I didn't break my skull, but like I live in a continuous, basically a migraine with attacks on top, even though it's not technically a migraine, but that's actually what allowed me to first get my first medical cannabis licenses here in Canada back in the day. And then, obviously when I had cancer and fighting cancer, that helped my licensing as well. But yeah. I am the GM. In response to that, most CBD products, are not only overpriced, they're snake oil. I will say that a proper broad spectrum hemp-based CBD product will help with your pain. Ours will be available back on the market very soon. I just need to get it back from my office. I don't even have a computer right now to access our website. So I am the GM. I would encourage you to definitely try our tincture because it has done nothing but help people when it comes to nerve pain, chronic pain, depression, PTSD. It's arguably the best broad spectrum CBD tincture out there. Also, it's certainly the most affordable. We are on a mission to make things accessible and affordable for people. Oh, thank you very much, The Quiet Witch. Also, too, if you don't mind me sharing, The Quiet Witch, everybody, The Quiet Witch just had a spinal cord surgery. I think it was like a spinal fusion. She's in recovery right now. She's doing really well. She's walking again. She can feel her feet for the first time in like forever. So I want to give you a big shout out, The Quiet Witch. I'm so proud of you and all the hard work you're doing in your recovery and trying to get happy and healthy again, and also just, feeling your feet, for example, and being able to walk without excruciating pain. That's wonderful. So much love and shout out to you, everybody. If you can join me in wishing her a happy and healthy recovery, that would be wonderful. Cali Exotics, dispensaries have taken over. A lot of growers quit growing because of this. Well, the ones who made a true living off of it, that is. Sucks, but it's true. I mean, you know what? Cali Exotics, the funny thing is if you mean in the gray zone, here in Canada, in Vancouver, when we had medical dispensaries, there was a point in time where in just Vancouver alone, there was over 160 medical dispensaries. That was the heyday, man. It was great because all of the medical growers, we would just walk in, we would sell our shit, they would carry that. It was a great time. So dispensaries didn't kill it. What killed parts of our industry, which is the gray zone industry or the true grower or the legacy grower, call it what you will, people who are growing weed you actually want to smoke, not the government mass-produced chemical-infused pieces of shit that the Canadian government's trying to perpetuate on our society, was legalization. And the fact that, it just happened. And then the big part wasn't even the legalization, it wasn't even the government. We did it to ourselves. We started undercutting each other. Rather than unifying as the underground and standing together as the rebellion, we started undercutting each other. And then the market price fell through the floor in the gray zone market. and which is great for buyers, shit for growers. And like we went from where you could for a quad you were getting anywhere from 16 to 22 a p down to like you're lucky to maybe get 8 or 9 on a quad now. You can pick up peas here for ridiculously cheap. Now, mind you, most of it sucks, but still. And that was the real thing that kind of destroyed it. You know what I'm saying? Dankus Genetics, nobody's done it correctly, but one thing I will point out to you, Dankus Genetics, is the fact is it takes time to figure out prohibition. I mean, when it came to alcohol, we're still figuring prohibition of alcohol out. And how long has it been since it became back or came out of prohibition? It's been a long time. Sadly, especially when you involve government, legal realities, and etc., and different municipal, provincial, or provincial and federal levels, or like for in the states, it would be like I guess townships, states, then federal, or what I'm saying, or regardless of however your country breaks your country up. I mean, that's where you get this weird patchwork of laws, and it kind of fucks with everything. So just because it hasn't been done right doesn't mean it can't be done right. Okay, so and one of these things is no one's going to do it right from the get go. It's going to take time to figure it out, and have faith, everybody. Have faith. Hey, Return to the Mac. Much love, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. Great to see you, buddy. Rock and roll and keep it wonderful. Jansen Dennis Potsquatch, you helped me get right info on medical licenses, and now I grow amazing meds. Thank you again, mate. Hey, no worries, Jansen Dennis. I'm always happy to help, and I'm always going to do my best to help all of you. I know I've been MIA, like I said, let's be fair, I haven't really been fully there for quite some time, even before Mrs. Potsquatch left me, even before that. I was not in a great mental headspace. I was struggling with my own personal stuff. But I'm coming back. And the good thing is I'm single. I don't have some crazy witch telling me what to do and ruining my life and sucking out my lifeblood. So I'm still not 100%, but I'm a hell of a lot closer to being me than I have been in a long time, everybody. So we're going to make it work. We're going to make it okay. And we're getting back to what we did. What's up, Code Viridian? Good to see you. Fun name, by the way, too. Hell yeah. Well, the Quiet Witch, actually, broad spectrum CBDs, in fact, speed the healing of bones and by about roughly 30%. I'm basing that statement out of a lot of medical research that's been done out of Israel and a few other locations as well. Just reading, everybody. Bear with me here. No, and I feel you. I'm the GM. So the second our store opens up again, it will be available. And one of the things that we're going to be doing as well is working very hard to actually get our CBD products in every single state in the U.S. That has legal hemp-based products, and getting those into stores. So it is available and around for all of you, my friends, down in the States. Hey, thank you very much, James Mercer. Glad to be back. Good to see you, my friend. I've heard of people doing that, and I mean, I just don't really think it's. I don't think there's much point to it. I mean, metal halide for me, and this is going back to when I used to use traditional high intensity discharge lighting systems, which I haven't in a very long time. Metal halide was always a veg light. If you wanted to maybe introduce some metal halides on top of your HPSs to have a kind of a well-rounded tempering in terms of your Kelvin color on that finish for the last couple of weeks, that I don't have an issue with. But I wouldn't cut out those HPSs altogether. Yeah. Bear with me here, everybody. That's right, Adrian Boost. Freedom! I agree. Well, in Cali Exotics, I mean, that's where, the last run we did before everything fell apart at Lab 3 was we were trying to run a minimalistic grow. We only used 3 of our rigs. We cut down the size of our pot. We wanted to see if we were able to produce the same amount of product for a much lower price point, and we ended up doing it. Like, there's ways that we can do in, or decisions we can make in terms of our grows just to make it vastly cheaper to produce, right? Homegrown cannabis says, how much in a quad? Well, when I say quad, that means a quad or a quadruple A cannabis. So I'm referencing a quality level. But if you mean like a quad as in a QP, that would be 4 ounces. Larf King. Love the name. Good to see you, buddy. Cheers to you as well. Bear with me, everybody. I'm just reading here. What's up, Roman Reckless? Good to see you, baby. What's up, Valhalla Farms? Good to see you as well, my friend. Hey, no worries, Coach Ready. Good to see you, my friend. Oh, I feel you, Dankus Genetics. Adrian Boast. I mean, that's, will we ever really know? Who knows? I have my own theories, but I mean, out of respect for her, even though she hasn't shown me any, I'm not going to air her dirty laundry or her stuff or mine. It's not really the place for it. So, what little I've shared about stuff is all you're going to get out of me. All I can say is, hopefully, she and I stop fighting, and we can at least be adults and amicable. And I wish her the best. What kind of hemp? Organic, indoor grow? Nope. Rick, most of our biomass is produced organically, but it's an outdoor organic biomass. You don't, to really launch an affordable hemp-based CBD line, you don't use indoor. You use outdoor biomass because at the end of the day, we're making it with distillates. So we don't need it to be some crazy this, that, or this. It's mass-produced, organic giant fields, and then we harvest it, and then we process tons and tons and tons of biomass at once through very large distillate machines. Nor do I, Reverend Veritas. Nor do I. Oh, that's fun, Desmond. Hell yeah, buddy. See you later, the Quiet Witch. Much love, sister, and keep on healing. A quad also is a four-wheeled all-terrain vehicle here, homegrown cannabis. But it also means a quad-level cannabis. It can mean a bunch of things. Can I run a 240-watt ballast through my big Squatch? No, you will fucking fry it. Do not ever connect a ballast to an LED light. Ballasts and drivers, well, seemingly the same, totally different. Do not do it. You will destroy the tech in it. It's kind of like generalized battery health. Like, for example, like on a box mod vape, don't run two different batteries. Like if you want to, don't run like an Fest with a pink flamingo battery. Eventually they'll blow up. LJB, yes, you can run that, but the big Squatch comes with that. Like the big Squatch, the driver on that, I think it maxes out at roughly 300-ish watts. So you've already got that powering that in terms of the big Squatch there. I am the GM says we do have medical marijuana cards here in Georgia, but it's only for cancer patients. My smashed skull does not qualify for a medical marijuana card. And the medical card here is only at 0.03% THC, which is essentially hemp. Well, that's a joke. And, one thing I will say, I am the GM is, I'm not someone who's writing state law. Obviously, I'm a Canadian. But that's just stupid. I mean, at the end of the day, marijuana has a plethora of medical uses. Over 80% of the population, arguably 90% of the population, has a use for medical marijuana that isn't cancer. Cancer sucks. But it's not the only thing that weed does. It's one of many things. Both as a pain patient and a cancer survivor, I can attest to that. I'm excited for the Mendo cherries, magnum opus. I mean, I think I've smoked it a couple of times, but I've never grown it though. So this will be a new fun one for me to do. Plus, I will say, I'm pretty excited for the 8-Ball Kush by Miracle Alien Cookies. It's going to be interesting. So that's kind of what we're going to go with, baby. You know what I'm saying? See, the funny thing is, LJB, med weed is what street weed is here in Canada, right? The medical weed is the underground. So it's funny hearing you say that because it's like medical weed is street weed, right? Like in Canada, at least. The medical weed is the people who are the street growers or the hustlers, the gray zone people. That's just how you keep your grow safe, right? So that's my humble 2 cents on that. But I think it also depends on your area, really, in terms of the terminology you're going to use. Reverend Veritas says, our medical laws are so draconian, you basically have to be dead or dying to get really low percentage THC and a tiny amount of it. Yeah, well, because basically most of the states that have medical weed, 0.03% THC, fuck off. That's hemp. I know it's not legally hemp because I think it's 0.01 or less that has to be hemp. But let's be fair. Ooh, 0.02? Ooh. I could probably smoke that shit till the cows come home and feel nothing. Where are you from, sweet potato titties? Oh man, you're funny. Tony Clifton, like the voice sounds familiar. Motherfucker don't look the same. No, it's me, man. Hey, if you need to know it's me, here. Hey. You want to make sure it's Potsquatch? Maybe it's just some asshole who learned to do his voice? No, it's me, everybody, okay? Potsquatch is here. It is me. It is me. Just because I don't have a beard doesn't mean it ain't me. It's me, everybody. It's still me, baby. I'm from the island Saint Miguel. Where's that? Is that like its own country, or is that just like a island somewhere? Forgive my ignorance. You know, geography's never been necessarily my biggest strong suit out there. Yeah, good to see you too, Operation Annihilation. Sorry about the backlight there. Portugal. Hell yeah. I've never been to Portugal. I've always wanted to go check it out though. Maybe one day. Well, exactly. And you know, mine Kush 11, I mean, at least I still got the back and chest hair. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you. I'm the GM. I mean, .03, it's kind of an insult. It's like, all right, we'll give you medical cannabis. Okay, we're going to give you glorified hemp. Not to say that's not going to have medical benefits. I mean, it's going to have all these other wonderful cannabinoids in there that are, you know, look at our hemp-based tinctures. There's zero THC in them. Absolutely zero THC. Here, I'll show you one. I've got a couple of them left, even though most of the stock in store is at the old house. But this is here. It's broad spectrum, okay? It's got CBD, CBDA, CBV, CBC, CBN, CBG, CBN, CBC. I don't know, bunch of the CBs. But it is astonishing how well it works. And funnily enough, you know, like we launched a CBD line to try to make medicine affordable and accessible and reliable, and not like the snake oil crap that most companies peddle for $1 bajillion. And we did it. And sadly, we launched on April 20th. We were on market for a few months. Then the things in my personal life happened that did. But we'll be back on market sooner than later, and you will be astonished. Magnum Opus is like, my farts have higher THC in them, especially if you ate a brownie, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wild. The old Dave joke. I dig it. Dankness Genetics says, I think that's how hemp farmers work in the UK. I think they can only harvest the stalks. Have to burn all the bud and leaves. Mental. Yeah, and that's the funny thing is the flower is actually the main biomass where we have active cannabinoids for medical use. I mean, that's just a joke. But then again, if they're harvesting the stalks, they're not harvesting it to produce oil. I hope they're not, because there's not very much there. That's best for the fiber. Yes, I'm aware 0.03 is smaller than 0.3, Mudswat, but even at 0.3, that's still nothing. Hey, thank you very much, Miss Case Garden. Good to see you. I've been quietly watching your videos as they come out, and I've been really proud of you, Miss Case Garden. Keep on rocking and keep on being you. Keep on building that channel, girl. But yeah, so at the end of the day, next plants we're going to be running some Mendo cherries, and we're going to be running the Miracle Alien Cookies by 8 Ball Kush. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And again, let's see if I can actually find the sticker from the wonderful people who sent us those genetics, so I can actually make sure I'm getting the name right. Yeah, Milo Grow Genetics. Here we go. There's their sticker. Milo Grow Genetics. Big shout out to Milo Grow Genetics and Felicia Casper Skimpy Limpy for being generous and kind to a Potsquatch when he was on the down and out and helping me get back in the game and get my things going. Totally. You know, and Tony Clifton, at the end of the day, sometimes even just building like a big scream shader wall Like, so you just get a big piece of scrim or hell, even a tarp, and you just build it to block out the initial lumens. Because remember, it's just going to be that initial pathway from that light. So if you block that main photon pathway or lumen pathway from that light, that's going to help your plant feel slightly better at least, and it'll be good to go. Jansen Dennis says, Sun Grow, I think, makes the best full melt hash. I would say that for me, outdoor only has one purpose, which is either making hash or extracts. I would say, though, that I can make full melt hash just as good with indoors. If anything, I actually find my indoor produces a slightly cleaner, slightly better tasting hashish. The only difference is it costs me more to produce, obviously, being that we're playing Mother Nature or God and emulating Mother Nature. So that costs more money, and that takes sort of extra time and effort. But I don't know, maybe. But I mean, hey, everyone has their own opinion, And at the end of the day, there is no one highway to the same destination. There is no one right, and there is no one wrong, okay? Who do you think you're talking to, the grow boss? Ha! There's 1,001 ways to do the same shit. And part of the beauty of our community in general of growers is we all have our different styles, our different techniques, the different things that we care about, the different things we're passionate about, you know what I'm saying? And the different ways and techniques we develop over the years is what makes cannabis such a wonderful, diverse place, other than genetically how diverse cannabis in and of itself is. And that's why, cannabis cups are fun. I ran my hand over my grow and it didn't make a shadow anywhere. How do you mean? Like, sorry. Can I have a little further information from you, LJB? But hey, look at it this way. At least one positive thing. Even with all the crap I've been going through, I still didn't switch back to smoking tobacco. I'm still tobacco free, everybody. So I'm proud of that. Still using this weird robot device. This is the new one. I just bought this one yesterday. This one is the Drag X Pro, using a 0.2 ohm coil, rocking at 42 watts, using a 20 milligram nicotine salt, and it's not too bad. Oh, I understand, LJB. Yeah, no, especially when you're doing it with an indoor grow. Like, I mean, I'm a big believer in our rigs. I'm assuming, Brett and I haven't spoken in a long time. I've been kind of MIA. Brett's probably thinking like, damn, Potsquatch is dead. No, Potsquatch's not dead. Just been going through some shit. But, we're going to come back hard and fast. And at the end of the day, regardless of, let's say hypothetically, everybody, that Soul Strip and I don't keep working together, I'm going to build our own rigs. I'm going to build them even better than Brett does. No offense, Brett. I've been looking into part sourcings and startup cost if we were to take over manufacturing and design ourselves. I actually have a couple of interested investors too, as well, if we were to go that route. So that is something I'm genuinely entertaining doing, just because, at the end of the day, it's been a long time since Brett and I have chatted, so I don't know if he's still down to keep working together or not. But let's say Brett pulls out. That sounds dirty. We're going to figure out a way to keep it doing for everybody anyway, so... Yeah, I know, Magnum Opus. That's always part of the chuckle I had at that. But hey, at the end of the day, let's give the grow boss the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say that maybe he's not actually an asshole. Maybe he's not actually a bully. Maybe it's just a shtick he does as a character. My only commentary as both an international community leader, as an international grower, as also an international artist and comedian, building your shtick on shitting on people, not really a good way to be. So, maybe turn it around. But then again, with a name like the Grow Boss, the arrogance alone on that one, right? So, but there's hope for everybody. There's always a pathway for redemption for all, so you never know. Corsi's Farms says, I'm building a little greenhouse that I can still use your light, hoping for best of both for next year. Hell yeah. Corsi's Farms, which one of our lights do you have? Because actually, funnily enough, the racks were designed for greenhouses. One of the designs. We designed the racks because everybody wanted a rack, but we built them in such a way that, like, our thoughts was the way they were designed is that they could actually function in greenhouses there. Oh, well, Van Island Beauty, we're not necessarily taking over and building our own rigs. I'm not saying that. Like, me and Brett could probably work together for the next 10 years. I just don't know. I know Brett's getting older too. There may come a day where he wants to get out of the game, and then hopefully I'm in a position to buy out his company. I mean, and then we'll just absorb it. I mean, one thing we will do though is we'll just move all production into Canada. Hell yeah, Roman, Reckless, you know me, man. You know I love closed loop. You know I love an enclosed environment and completely cut off from the world. That's a lot of the BC growers out here are kind of like open air growers. Look here, if everyone wants to see the beautiful weather today, look at the beautiful weather out here. Let's see here. Look at that. Oh, nope. There we go. Look how beautiful it is here today in Vancouver, BC. God, it's been a while since we've been here on this balcony, showing people this. I won't lie to you, part of me misses living in the mountains, having a giant laboratory and studio, but I'm free now, so, you know, if that's the price of freedom, right? Pesco 420, yep. Broadway or Vancouver City Hall is like just over there. Vancouver General Hospital is right there. Yeah, you know roughly where I live. I don't care. Oh, dude, Greg Gardon, why were you in the hospital for a month? Are you okay, man? What's up, old Dutch master? Good to see you, baby. It's been a while. Oh, fuck off, old Dutch master. Relax, you silly git. Deep breaths. It's gonna be okay. I do believe, my friends, we have a worshiper at the altar of the grow boss in our midst. And that's okay. Be nice, everybody. Potsquatch Growers community is a safe place for all people, even if you come from a world of dillweeds. Tony Clifton, I was forcibly forced to have to move back to the big city. Let's just say things didn't work out between me and the ex, and we're now fighting over the house and all of that. So I've been back in the big city now for a little over 3 months. We're back at where the channel started, back in the hood days. We're back where we've made our first videos, where we made our first splash, shall we say. And you know what? I mean, in a weird sense, it's kind of appropriate, you know, go full circle, go back to the origin and start again fresh and new and build things up in a better way, if that makes sense. What's up, Victor? Good to see you, buddy. Well, that's fine too, Code Viridian. And you're all more than welcome to be here. At the end of the day, there's been actually a number of people who came over from the channel of the Grow Boss who are now actually hardcore Potsquatches and very much functional parts of the community. And it was funny, they started off all rambunctious, and then they were like, wait a minute, you actually know what you're talking about, and you're not actually a dick. And like, I actually kind of like it here. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Like, I mean, everyone's allowed. Like, I mean, the Potsquatches have never been a community of like being mean to people. I mean, certain people over the years have proven to be dinguses in the end, and we had to, remove them, and just because they were just being really mean and cruel to people. But I mean, everyone's welcome, right? Like, I mean, hell, the Grow Boss is even allowed to come hang out with us as long as he's respectful to people. I mean, that's all that matters. I mean, we're all allowed to be. I mean, the funny thing is we got to all remember, we all love cannabis. We all love growing. That's kind of the whole point of why we all are on YouTube right now and doing what we do. I mean, there's no point in fighting. I mean, there's enough big companies and governments out there that are ready to destroy all of us. So why are we fighting each other? Together we stand, divided we fall. Why would we shoot our own selves when the rest of the world's ready to do that? We should stand together. That's my view on it. So totally. No, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Code Viridian, like, and I mean, at the end of the day, my number one mission with this channel has always just been education and creating a safe place for people to both exist and also to grow and to develop as growers and to have a safe place to do so. and to share, to care, and have fun. I mean, that's literally been the whole point of this channel and this community from day one. Our company, the basic point of our company, the simple credo, shall we say, the seminal, foundational, singular mission of anything we do that starts off on anything we do, or there's the first thought on anything we do, is empowering people. Empowering people. People empowerment is literally the cornerstone of what we do in business. You know? The Ayatollah, the Ayatollah of growing coals. Oh, that's funny. I find that amusing. Cannabis. Oh, Mine Kush 11. I remember that video. Mine Kush 11. I remember, actually, funnily enough, this table right here, it's a little messy, everybody. I apologize. But this table right here is actually the table years ago that we, in fact, built that carbon scrubber on. And to be fair, like, I was having fun with it. The design on that one, it was very functional. It was done. I mean, would I build it the same way now? Probably not. Maybe I should build another one. Who wants to see that? Should I do another video where we redesign and redo that video, building your own carbon scrubber, and like improve our basic design a little bit? I mean, that one would work great. It was cool. And I had fun doing it. But I think I could design and build not only a better version of it, but also something that's a little bit easier to do. Like that one was tricky to do. The way I went about building that one was probably on the more trickier, difficult side, to be honest. There was probably easier ways to do it. Yeah, this was the porch, Mine Kush. This was the porch. But at the end of the day, that'd be a fun video too. So like, and we should do it like on a budget too. Like let's make the video kind of fun that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, what should the budget be, everybody? Like, let's pick a budget together. Okay, so Canadian dollars aren't as powerful as American. They're certainly not as powerful as the euro or the British pound. So like, you know, let's give me a budget. What should my budget be for this? Because remember, I'm going to have to buy some form of a fan or an air mover of some sort, which probably will be the trickiest bit. Realistically, we'll probably purchase the same thing that we did last time. So, well, because the air mover I bought last time was about $60. So let's give me purchasing the air mover, and my max budget on the whatever thing I choose to use as the air moving part, shall we say, is $60. And then let's do $60 on the air mover, and then 60 bucks on the build. How's that sound? Can we work with that? Oh my God. Well, Roman Reckless, that is very, very sweet of you, buddy, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I will not lie to you that paying for a mortgage, paying for an apartment, paying for lawyers, and paying for everything has pushed me to the brink of. I live in a very simple financial world at the moment. Let me put it to you this way. Doesn't matter how good of a chef you are, when you can only buy one or two little things, you just be happy you eating. You know what I'm saying? Tony Clifton, what's a carbon scrubber? Carbon filtration system to scrub the air to then remove excess odor, especially when you're someone who's growing in the city, growing with neighbors close to you, growing in an apartment. A carbon scrubber, even if it is legal, even if you're legal, I mean, better kept out of sight, out of mind. You don't want people prying into your crap. So a carbon scrubber is going to be your best friend when it comes to doing, indoor grows. Sean and Shayla Denny, I did some builds with you or by your steps. Hell yeah, Sean and Shayla Denny. Well, then we're in the hood. We should go for a beer sometime, buddy. Old Dutch Master, I mean, the Canadian dollar basically never really changes that much different than the American dollar. We're usually like, anywhere from like 75 to 80 cents, 71 to 80 cents on the American dollar usually. That's typically how it goes, regardless of inflation. Our dollar in terms of the exchange rate to USD never really changes that much. For us, the main thing is the cost of goods, right? So goods already cost a shitload more in Canada than they do in the States, and it's very noticeable now. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, like I was at the store the other day and just two decently sized chicken breasts at a smaller market, so I could get it cheaper somewhere else, right? This is like a local small market. And I was just sort of there because I needed eggs, but like a dozen organic, free range, actual golden yolk eggs. That's going to cost you anywhere from like $8 to $10 right now in Vancouver. Two decently sized, good looking chicken breasts were 18 or 19, $20 almost. It's expensive to live right now here. What's up, Andre 4000? Long time no talk as well. Good to see you. What's up, Hootie? Cheers to you as well. Hey, working out at homegrown cannabis. We'll get there. You know what I'm saying? Jason A, $1,000. A budget of $1,000? My God, I could do that. Whoa! What the fuck? Someone made a bunch of. Okay, I think I'm falling behind. Whoa! Wow. It's very sweet of you. Sorry, everybody. I'm just big emotional lug, and people are being very kind and generous. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Roman. Thank you, Quiet Witch. If I'm missing anyone who made a donation today, I really I appreciate it. Well, thank you for sharing your good luck, Roman. I appreciate that, bud. Yeah, no, old Dutch master, don't. Yeah, no, it sucks. And it's like, I mean, I got some egg farmers out where I used to live where I could have gotten a shitload of eggs really cheap, but yeah, man. Thank you very much, everybody, by the way. Your generosity, your generosity means a lot, and I appreciate it. Yeah, no, Jansen, I mean, it's true, man. Vance City is an expensive place. Yeah, no, dude, yeah, Van City price is expensive. And you know what makes it more expensive? We're still paying for a house in another place you can't even live in. Oh, no, it doesn't. But, you know, I'm doing my best. Oh, here's a funny thing. Yeah, no, I really do appreciate that, Aaron. You know, I mean, like, let's be honest, the thing that Uncle Potsquatch has been struggling with, why I haven't quite come back yet, is just thinking of all these the horrible things that were said to me by the person I cared about very much and trusted and was going to marry. And it haunted me for months. Like, it took me months. I'll be the first to admit it. It took me months to kind of begin to move past that. And I'm sorry, everybody. Like, I am at the end of the day. I know I'm Uncle Potsquatch. I'm this big, loud thing and this, that, and this thing. And I am that. But also, too, I am still a man. And I'm a man with a big heart. And it's been hard. You know, but I'm getting there, motherfuckers. Like, I'm getting there, man. I'll tell you. Like, I mean, you know, I came to town with a shirt on my back. Look at me now. I'm in my apartment, making money, paying my bills, kind of. Like, I'm juggling a lot, but we're getting there, you know. I got glasses again. I could see. I have a very limited wardrobe, but, you know, I've got some pants, I got some shirts. I'm going to work. I'm working at a place. It's going well. You know, I'm talking on helping with production on a film. I'm doing a bunch of fun things. I'm getting the channel going again. I'm finally feeling positive about things again. Like, I'm kind of excited to do the Mendo Cherries and the 8-Ball Kush by Miracle Alien Cookies. Like, I'm excited, you know? Like, I'm feeling good, everybody. Like, I'm feeling really good. And it's only going to get better. Like, it's each day gets a little bit better. So I'm really excited, and I think we're going to go a lot of wonderful places. Sean and Shayla Danny. So are you Vancouverites? And also, too, how long have you been checking it out? I know I've been basically MIA for basically what feels like, I don't know, off and on throughout a year. But, I mean, we're back now. Hey, Operation Annihilation. I appreciated that. I just survived an Operation Annihilation all my life. And guess what? I was not annihilated. Came close, but I'm still here. Hey, Johnny, summertime. Motherfucker, it's been a while. Good to see you, bud. No, yeah, no, it happens, bro, but it's all good. I mean, I'm feeling good. Like, I mean, the one thing is like, you know what? I'm not dead, you know? I go out and have a beer quietly somewhere and like, I don't know. Like, I've been gone from the city for like 6 years, but like, I don't know. Like, women are very forward now. I like it, you know? Like, I'm super okay with it. I'm like, yeah, you think I'm hot? You want to talk to me? Go for it. Like, I think that's super hot. So it's made me feel at least slightly better. I'm like, I go out and like these women like, hey, I'm like, hi. tell me your story. And I'm like, all right. And they're like, all like wanting to ask me out or give me their numbers. And then, so it's like, I don't think I'm emotionally quite ready there yet, but it's nice to have people, you know, pay attention to you. So things are going well, guys and girls and Z's and A's, and we're gonna get there. And I'm excited because like I've been struggling. Like, well, what do I do as a new video? Like, I mean, I don't have much. I have next to no budget to really shoot anything. I'm like, after these donations, obviously we've got a little bit of a budget to make this video now. So yeah, let's do a redo on the do-it-yourself carbon scrubber video. And we're doing it on a budget. So air mover budget, I'll give myself $60 for whatever we're going to do for the part to move air and pump a certain amount of RPMs. And then $60 for the actual full build, including purchase of carbon, for the build. And also it'll be fun because of inflation too. Like doing this kind of a modern day time version of it with inflation and the cost of things. Whew, Uncle Potsquatch gonna have to get creative to make this shit work. You know what I mean? Like, hell yeah. And I appreciate it, Eric Grant's artistry. Hey, well, exactly. And at the end of the day, you know, it's good. It's good. Like, I mean, you know what? Like, I'm excited, right? You know, we got this new video, everybody. Like, I don't want to like focus too much on the crap that I've been through. Like, I mean, I was more than happy to share with everybody and like kind of tell everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because like y'all have been probably wondering, like, I know some of you kind of knew a bit more than others, and with someone who was like doing 2, 3 live streams a week and videos and all of that, all of a sudden disappears after 5 years, 5, 6 years, right? Like, you're like, whoa, what happened, right? Like, I'm still here. I'm alive. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm still the Potsquatch. I may not have a beard. Still got the voices, still got the know-how, and the heart's still there. I just been trying to find a way to get this old stupid car to start again and get it working, you know what I'm saying? But we're getting there. We're getting there, my friends. So, who's excited though about doing some Mendo cherries and the Miracle Alien cookies by 8 Ball Kush? I mean, I won't lie to you. I'm very excited to see what kind of phenol realities we see out of an 8 Ball Kush crossed, right, by the Miracle Alien cookies. I think that could be very, very interesting. I could see that working. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. But it'll be a good time. And you know, we're gonna build a new carbon scrubber because why not? I mean, let's have some fun with it. And I think that's a fun idea, everybody. I really dig that. And I'm, you know, shit. I think it was JP. Was it you who were? No, it was Mine Kush 11 who talked about finding the channel from the carbon scrubber video. So I'm gonna say to you, Mine Kush 11. Okay, my friend. Thank you for helping inspire a new video for me to make and like kind of work on and plan on and do some work on. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be sick. I'm pretty stoked on that. You know, like I think it'll be fun. One second, everybody. I'm reading. Oh, I agree with you, Dankness Genetics. At bare minimum, buddy. Sorry, everybody. I'm just reading. Oh, no. Operation Annihilation. No, it wasn't that. It was just me being a human being struggling with my own emotional realities. Yeah, I mean, we could have some fun with it, right? Because, like, you know, like, basically, like, the last carbon scrubber video, how we made it is basically, I made the video in one day. I didn't really do much of a design on it. I was like, I had a rough idea of what I wanted to do. And I just was like, I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to go buy random shit. And I'm just going to come home and I'm going to freestyle this thing and build it as I go. And that's kind of how we did that video. I think I'm going to have a bit of intent to the design on it. Maybe we'll incorporate parts of the video of like
actually going to stores and seeing what's available and taking a look at stuff. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think the design and development part of it would be kind of fun too. You know what I'm saying? Like sharing my thoughts on it and stuff like that. Cause we're on a budget, right? Like, and that was one of the things that I used to love that we did early on in the channel was like showing people low cost ways of doing things, affordable ways of doing things, because that is very much my actual origin story as a grower. You know, I didn't have the fancy equipment. I didn't have anyone to teach me. I kind of read a lot, tried trial and error, and then just slowly did it. And then all of a sudden one day, boom, all of a sudden I'm getting calls and getting paid money to come fix people's grows, and people are, you know, revering what I think, and it was really weird. You know, but I'd like to get back to that, like, you know, like how to build and do things cost effectively and do it the best you can. I mean, I think that could be a lot of fun that we could do, not just even the carbon score video. We could do a few other videos too about things kind of like that. And let's get back to being playful and experiment. You know, like let's learn new things. Let's expand our horizons and develop new random shit. You know, back in the hood days, you know, that's what I did. Last couple of years, I got comfortable and I did what I knew, and because I know it works. You know what I'm saying? I can't top dress with powdered milk. I mean, it's a funny idea. Uh, you know, my only thing with a powdered milk product, depending on which country you're in, is like, what else is in it? Like, that'd be my only real concern there, I guess. All right, Operation Annihilation. We'll go shopping with Uncle Potsquatch. Probably, let's be fair. What will we do? We'll probably hit a number, a few different stores, and I'm gonna have to like edit it like super tight. So I gotta get like really concise on what we shoot. But we'll check out Canadian Tar. We'll check out Home Depot. Rona always sucks. So, and I don't even think there's a Rona around here. So we'll go to Canadian Tar, Home Depot. We'll go to a dollar store or two, and maybe we'll see if we can find like a local, small, family-run hardware store. I don't even know if such a thing exists in Vancouver. They used to. There used to be a bunch of them, but I don't even know if those still exist. But I'll try to find one. We'll see what we can. And oh, and here's part of the fun for the video. We can only buy from stores in the actual city of Vancouver, not Greater Vancouver, just Vancouver. That'll be part of the fun for the video. And we're going to go on an adventure and try to come up with what we're going to do. What do you think, everybody? That's the video I'm working on. I dig it. Because also at the end of the day, I don't have my $900 super fancy carbon scrubber from my grow currently right now. I just bought a brand new fucking $400 filter for it too. Oh shit. But you know, that's okay. We'll build one. We're gonna build one for 120 bucks. And it's gonna be amazing. And we're gonna have fun. And we're gonna make a cool, fun video. Yes, Magnum Opus. I got rid of the box mod yesterday. I'm now using the Drag X Pro. Utilizing the new Ohm Life battery, and supposedly they're the best ones around, according to my vape store. I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about, but it works. I'm still not on tobacco. Now, so this is gonna be fun. Let's make a super carbon scrubber, the best one we can make for 120 bucks. Oh, here's a question. Okay, so because we're establishing the rules of what I'm allowed to do in the video, we're making it a game for me in my brain. It's a challenge for my brain. If I'm able to do the air movement parts, okay, for less than 60 bucks, I don't think I will. But like, let's say I could. Can I transfer that budget into the build budget, or am I still stuck on the build budget of being 60 bucks? Let's vote on that. I need everyone's opinion on that. Rowan, one of these days I gotta pick your brain on some of this shit. Tony Clifton, just because it's legal doesn't mean your neighbors like smelling weed in their apartment. Or your neighbors like smelling weed outside your house. And at the same time, legal or not, people steal. People break in. You know, carbon scrubbers, if anything, are more important now than they used to be. That's all good, mine, Kush. Okay, JP page 2 says 120 total budget. That's fine. But then Operation Annihilation says no, $60 on the build. Okay, so we got 2 votes, one for yay, one for nay. Jansen Dennis says $120, so I'm assuming that's if I can do it for less, then I can transfer it to the build budget. Eric Grant says I can transfer it, so we're 3 for yay, 1 for nay. All right, keep voting, people. There's 54 of you watching this show right now. Come on, participate. Let me know what you think. You're literally helping with the build. Okay, so Johnny Summertime says transfer is legit. So okay, we've got 4 for yay, 1 for nay. Code Viridian says do it for as cheap as possible. I agree. No, totally. That will be a sentiment, Code Viridian, in terms of this for sure. I agree. So what we're going to do is we'll try to keep it as cheap as possible, but sometimes, you know, we won't go past $120. So what we're trying to establish, because originally I talked about it, 60 to the build, 60 to the air movement. But so then I was like, well, can I transfer it over? That's the question. And so, okay. So right now we're at 4 for yay, 1 for nay. Dankness Genetics, can you not buy one for the same cost? Not that I would use. No, if I'm going to buy a carbon scrubber or system, like I'm buying a $150 to $300 fan, I'm buying a giant can filter that's usually anywhere from $250 to $500. So no, no, I'm building a tiny one. If I'm buying, I wouldn't buy a tiny carbon scrubber because let's be fair, I like building things. It's more fun. Plus, I think all of you at home enjoy watching that kind of shit too. So I think it'd be, good. Tony Clifton never ever exited exhaust usually much at all anyway. Typically I would just run it ambiently. To be fair, remember Tony, I'm classically in most of the grows, big or small, that I've ever done throughout my career, for the most part, I'm closed environment. The only reason why we exhausted at the old place the way we did is because we had to run AC. We had to because we were underground, so it like kept all the heat that all the tech gave off very much closely, into it. Thank you, Van Island Beauty. Excuse me. Oh, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, JP Page, too. I really appreciate it, buddy. Oh, shit. So we got Operation Annihilation changing their votes. So the one nay is now a yay. So we're at all yays right now. Okay. But I do like, who said it? Maybe it was mine, Kush. Who said do it as cheap as possible? Whoever said that, though, we'll keep that as a credo to it too. Maximum budget is $120, but like let's totally keep it. You know what I'm saying? Like 100%. No, hell yeah, Dankness Genetics, especially over in the UK too. You got to keep yourself safe, baby. 100%. No, JP Page 2, I really appreciate it, man. It's very sweet of you, and I gotta say thank you to all of you because going into the show today, I was a little stressed. I was like, I'm feeling a bit more myself, but I was like, I don't know, what am I fucking going to talk about? Because I haven't really overly thought out anything. I've just been trying to not hate my life. Yeah, you've given me an idea, everyone, to make a video though that I'm kind of excited about. I think it'll be pretty fucking dope, and I'm excited. Let's do it. Hashtag boom. Hell yeah. I'm excited about this. Building a carbon scrubber. All right. Tony Cliff is like, I like the smell of weed. Yeah, dude, I like the smell of weed too. But little old bitty or homie down the road don't necessarily like the smell. You know what I'm saying? The last thing you need is some motherfucker, running their mouth and fucking up your life. You know what I'm saying? I can testify to that as a date. Right? And Mind Kush 11, the good thing is I've graduated from sitting here hating my life, everybody, to going, well, it's a new little life. Might be a sad little life right now, but it's a start. Dude, hell yeah. Oh, Roman, random question, because I know you're one of the few tight homies I have that still have their genetic collection intact. Do you have anything stupid cushy that you could part a few beans with? I got a few things I could trade back. Not much, but I got a few things. Uh, Maybe on run two, I'd like to run something ridiculously cushy if you got anything like that. Seeing you talk about all the danky, smelly things you got going right now, I'm getting all excited. I miss growing kush, just like a proper true kush. Yo, Scully's House of Thrillers. Good to see you, my friend. Rock and roll. So, carbon scrubber video. That's going to be the next video. And obviously, we're going to get those beans started. I got a big bag of Pro Mix, organic vegetable mix, dirt. So, we'll probably start in that. So, we'll get those going too. I think one of the things I'm going to start doing with the videos going forward is like I'm not just going to like shoot them in one day how I did back in the day. I'm going to try to like put a little bit more calculation and thought into them a little bit. Put some thought into them. And then, kind of build a bigger and better video out of it. But so we'll get that going for you too. The Mendo cherries meets the. We're also going to grow the 8-Ball Kush by Miracle Alien Cookies. Johnny Summertime, I basically lost everything. So the beans we showed today were a gift and a donation from both. Felicia initiated it, and then her sponsor, found out my story and was like, shit. And they're over on Vancouver Island, so they're local. And they were kind enough to send me their entire catalog plus a couple of extras. And it was very sweet of them. So right now, Uncle Potsquatch ain't got much to work with until he gets his shit back. So I'm not saying no to any of this. Well, there isn't a new one yet, but we will see who she is. Operation Annihilation. One of these days, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that sounds good to me, Tony Clifton. Let's check those out. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious about what a blue lemon is. Is it like a blueberry indica by a lemon haze, or like what? Or like a Thai sat lemon, or sounds good, Johnny Summertime. If you're on the Facebook, I pay attention to that one a little bit better. But I mean, I've never bridged the Insta and the Facebook worlds because I get confused already too easily on the social media. So, oh man. Hell yeah, Kenneth Arnox. That sounds amazing, my friend. Hey, I'm down to play with anything you're willing to let me play with, Roman Reckless. I'm just being honest. I'm at a humble place of starting again, sadly. The one thing I will say, everybody, the number one thing to any of you at home, whether it's in the weed world, the social media, YouTube world, whether it's in your own personal life or workplace, anything. If there's one thing I've learned, if there's one thing I've learned from anything I've done, is keep it humble, man. Keep it humble, keep it loving, keep it true. That doesn't mean you don't stand by what you stand for and what you care about, but never let arrogance, egotistical nature, or that kind of bullshit into your head. It is better to walk in a humble, smiling, strong standpoint in anything that we do. Always. I think my neighbor's smoking some weed. It smells pretty good too. Let's see. Sadie blend. Some sweetness there. My neighbor's got some decent taste. That's where it's fun living in the city with it being legal now too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're walking through town, you're like, oh, they're smoking something interesting. Oh, and they're smoking something different. It's like everybody in Vancouver smoking weed now. I mean, we always were smoking weed. We're just a little bit more protective about it back in the day. And now we're just like, yeah, fuck it. Weed titties. We love it. And that is the Potsquatch Growers way, my friends. Ooh, see, now, and then also Roman, you know me. I mean, I always love my regular beans. Not that I'm against, you know, right now playing with something that's feminized just for having something fun to play with and grow. But, you know, I've always been a purist. But then again, gotta be humble. I ain't got much to work with right now, so I gotta work with what little I have. I mean, I gotta grow it out and get to know its personality and taste it, Roman. But if I come up with a name for it, I will let you know. Right? Oh, well, you know, would that be funny, Jansen? Maybe we'll make a few different versions of the carbon scrubber video. You know, we'll make the first one, and then we could do a Uncle Potsquatch making a Mad Max style carbon scrubber, and oh, we could have a lot of fun with this. The real expense, other than the air mover, always is going to be acquiring a high grade carbon. And I don't know if any of you have seen the original carbon scrubber video that we made, but we're going to be going back to the same store to get the carbon. What we do is we buy high grade filtration carbon for a fish tank at a pet store. That is the cheapest, easiest way to get a high grade a carbon that's good enough to do what we're talking about. And you just go to the pet store. Pet stores are your best friend. And make sure it's a pet store though with a good aquarium section. The bigger the aquarium section, the better the deals on high grade filtration carbon you're going to find. Sounds good, Morgotha. I mean, Mine Kush 11, I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on that one. Carbon filter and LED light combo. Yeah, no, I mean, to be fair, like, doing like a Joe Blow cheap version of that, I mean, let's be fair. What are we going to be pulling on that? We're probably going to be acquiring kind of like cheap strips or boards or parts off of Alibaba. But like, you know, we could do a bunch of like fun builds too that way. Hopefully Brett doesn't get mad at me about doing that if we're still doing business. You know what I mean? Like, it's just more of an experimentation, kind of fun, you know, educational video. But I like this, and it's because like, for me, these types of videos is one, you're all voting on what you want to see, so I like that. That makes me happy. Two, it's kind of like a challenge, like a creative challenge, to be like, what can you do with this, and what can you figure out, and that's kind of fun to me too. You know what I'm saying? Tony Clifton, then you're a lucky man. Well, it'd be funny actually, because like already, the Johnny Summertime, your idea of the carbon filter and LED light combo, how about like what that speaks to my design mind is like what we're going to do is build a carbon scrubber where we're going to actually build in the air movement, where we're actually utilizing the air movement from the carbon scrubber, then you know reduce and remove heat from chips, tech, and parts to a light. Like I mean, so you've already got the wheels in my head turning on some ideas on that. That's fun. Sorry, I'm in my brain designing rigs already. And I'm like, dumbass, you're still in a show. You're still talking to people around the world right now. You got to stop fucking just thinking about how are you going to build this now. Well, it's like it's funny. Like I'm looking across the way there, and I'm like looking at these big. Oh no, there we go. These big sort of like you can't really see it. These wire basket chassis on the tops of those. I'm like, fuck, man. If I put a screen inside of that, that could be a big build. You know, build it like a Tommy gun bullet style one maybe, and then thinking about like directional flow into that sort of short height but with the width and how to direct the air. Anyway, I'm nerding out in my brain. I gotta stop doing that. We're still on the show. Roman, sounds good. You still on the Facebook, Roman? Okay, so I gotta contact Morgotha and Roman after the show. If I don't contact you guys, contact me because I get confused sometimes. I mean, Jansen, that'd be cool. I mean, but I mean, I think we got to get the channel maybe up and running and get our numbers up a bit before we can go talk to the Canadian military. Well, it's the Navy, but it's part of the greater military. We don't there. The Armed Forces of Canada. But yeah, no. I mean, Mine Kush. The funny thing of what you're not Mine Kush. It was who said it was. Hey man, thank you very much. Catch you reloading. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for the compliment. No, it was Jansen Dennis. It was funny, like when we were designing that farm. I don't know if any of you remember that. That's going back like 3 or 4 years in the channel when we almost built a farm on that land, and we were talking about that, and we were actually designing the build and setup, and we had like access to outbuildings that we could have moved and renovated, and the water filtration, the reverse osmosis water filtration system we were talking about was actually a salvage refurbished one from a naval warship actually that we were talking about using potentially. And that was only going to be utilized in the grow in the farm if we weren't allowed to get water rights off the crook there, which was testing at a beautiful like something stupid like 19 or 21 ppm, and that was coming off a glacial river out of the mountains. It was gorgeous, perfect water to grow with. Well, thank you very much. Catch you reloading. You know what I'm saying, baby? It's all good. Keep it sexy. All right. Shrek. There, I was joking. Oh, and Hooli, I don't disagree with you. The only reason why we're doing a 2x4 right now is it's literally all I have. And I don't have any excess money right now to go purchasing another tent. I luckily moved that 2x4 tent and this old light that we had back here as a memory. It just stood here as Uncle Michael lived in the apartment that I kept, and now here I am using something that was meant to be more like a museum relic in terms of my career as my only option. Good times. But so simply put, I mean, I can't give you a timeline on the store reopening, everybody. I don't know when that's going to happen. It will happen the second I get my computers back and the company's goods back. But we will reopen the store. We're going to get all that going again. I will reach out to Brett and see if we're still Gravy Baby, or if we're not, then I'll move on and we'll rebuild, redesign, and launch a better, newer sponge lighting system. But I'm hoping Brett and I can still play. I think we will. So the content's going to keep coming back, everybody. Like, I mean, I'm finally getting to the place where I'm able to do it. It's looking like normally I'm getting Wednesdays and Thursdays off, so I think we'll at least say that we can come back to having that Wednesday midweek live stream a regular thing, because it's looking like Wednesdays and Thursdays are kind of the days off I get. So we will continue doing that. We're going to do the Wednesday show. And we're going to start working on shooting the do-it-yourself carbon filtration build for all of you. We're gonna do that, and that's going to be the first kind of how-to DIY video we do for the first time in a long time, and we're looking forward to that. And we'll do that for everybody. And then for the first run, we're gonna pop 3 beans of each and see what happens. Our main goal is to work it down to 3. Maybe we'll be stupid and try to do 4. I like a challenge in the 2x4, because I mean, I just feel bad that if we go down to 3 and we're starting 3 of each, then it's like we're only going to have 2 of one and 1 of the other. Because I want to run both. I want to have 2 straight side by side for all of you to see. So it's like, you know, we got that Mendo cherries, then 8-Ball Kush by Miracle Alien Cookies. So I'm thinking maybe we'll try to work it down to 4, which is too much. Like I'm breaking my own rules now, but that's all right. I like a challenge. We're going to do that. You're going to learn. So, but that's what we're doing next, okay? And we're gonna get that going for everybody. And I guess what I'm gonna say right now is that I apologize for my absenteeism. I apologize for the fact that I have struggled personally to fulfill my duties as the Potsquatch for quite some time. But please know, each and every one of you that I am back. I am finally, for the first time in 3 months, starting to feel kind of like myself again and feeling okay. And let's reimagine what our community is. Let's reimagine what this channel is. Let's get back to what we do best, and let's get back to loving and caring and standing with each other even more than we ever did before. You know, I hope you know that the thought of all of you and this community and what you all are and what you mean to me has been one of the few things that has got me through some of the darkest times of my life, which has been as of late. So I would like to thank each and every one of you, new and old, even if you're just tuning into this show today for the first time, for that love. And thank you when I was weak for sharing your strength with me and your love. It really helped me to get her done, son. If that makes sense. But I'm actually on a timeline. I gotta shoot an audition now for a television show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've enjoyed this show, well, I'm glad, because I was a little worried about this show. I was like, what the hell am I going to talk about? I'm not quite back there yet. I don't really got nothing going yet, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure it out in my head, you know? And so the fact of the matter is, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for doing your shit. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being wonderful. And, you know, we're back. And I know I've said that a few times and then I disappear again, but I'm not disappearing this time. I'm finally at the point where I can begin to try to start to put some semblance of a normal life back together, okay? So, if you've liked this channel, liking and subscribing and telling your friends is a great thing. I'd say check out our store, but it's not really open. You can go look at it, can't buy anything. It'll be open eventually. Check out Squatch Lighting System, brought to you by Soul Strip. Some of the most affordable professional grade tech around, and the only system designed for you to fix and upgrade. And remember, the true grower is the forever student. The true grower is not afraid to take risks. The true grower makes educated, stupid decisions. Just look at me. Love yourselves, love your plants, and remember, a small act of kindness and compassion in the world around you will do more than you could ever ask or imagine. None of us know what the other is going around. Together we stand, divided we fall. Show compassion, show love, and the world may not just be fucked. All right, peace out, motherfuckers! See you next time!